Hey everybody, welcome on into the Delmarva Sports Insider, your go-to place for local sports here on the shore. I'm Sports Director Brandon Bosser.
What's up? It's your Shirley Sports Anchor Devin J. Martin. We've got a lot to get into tonight. A lot of basketball, a lot of wrestling, Brandon.
Yeah, that's right. We've got a few great games to talk about taking place tonight. We've got Easy Action taking place, the Easy Act Championships. We also have Salisbury Baseball opening day, plus wrestling. So much to get into tonight.
Yeah, I know. I can't believe we already have the spring season starting among here on Delmarva. But I know a lot of people are concerned about the wintry weather coming through tonight. So
what
we got
to happen?
I don't know. So we got to find out. Let's throw things over to Chief Meteorologist Rich Werdzik, who tells us more.
All right, Devin and Brandon, we're going to get back to you guys in just a moment. A quick weather update here. I'll have more coming up later in DSI, but we're going to get to those highlights in a minute. Taking a look at the live scan of the radar here for Delmarva, snow-free at the moment. You can see snow is ongoing in southern Pennsylvania, northern Maryland, back into the mountains, a quick-moving system that's likely to bring some problems to the area here in the next couple of hours. We're going to talk about snow increasing west to east, but there will be a rain-snow line that we're going to be tracking south of Salisbury, so just like the last couple times, this is going to be much more for areas central and northern Delmarva as opposed to south of Salisbury, but there will be some heavy snow rates late tonight. We'll talk about milder temperatures coming up next week with my 7-day forecast in a bit, but winter weather advisory out for much of Delmarva. Winter storm warnings just off to our north and northwest. It's a quick mover, but I expect at least a few inches on the ground just before sunrise tomorrow in many spots. We'll track that for you in Futurecast here in just a moment. Devin and Brandon.
All right, thanks a lot, Rich. Everyone stay safe out there tonight. Stick with us because Rich will be back a little later with more details. But let's move on to basketball tonight. We begin with our last Easy Action game of the season.
Yeah, this is it. This is the Easy Act Championship. That Salisbury school, they've been hot all year.
They've been fantastic.
And Gunston, who's been pretty good. So, you know, let's get to those highlights. Now, if you want to see some Gunston highlight, Brandon, I have some bad news for you. We don't got them. We don't have them. It's all Dragons all night long. They were riding high and they were hot. William Potterson knocks down the three right there. Don't forget about Tyler Ball, though. He wants in on the action. This is his finals game for the Dragons, and, you know, he's going to go out in style with the tray ball. Bang.
Yeah, he is a fantastic player, has been for 4 years. Just getting started, folks. Time winding down the first quarter. Ball gets the ball. Floater is up. And down she goes for Tyler Ball. Salisbury School holding Gunston to just 4 points in the first quarter. Not only do they score a ton, but that defense is ferocious. They let up just 12 points the entire first half. And there would be no denying who would be the champion. Ball for three from the top of the key there. That one's good. Flashes a smile, and that's all she wrote as Salisbury School dominates to win the Easy Act Championship in their beautiful home gym, by the way.
That gym has a lot of character.
It does, and the confetti is a nice touch. They win 89-56. We caught up with head coach Jermichael Mitchell and Tyler Ball after the game.
Losing in Delaware last year really was a bad taste in my mouth, but I was determined to put the work in this year for the guys to be ready and prepared for something like this, and they came through. So it felt real good to do it in front of our home crowd, who have been amazing all year, and we're super excited about our future.
It's a lot of emotions, but I'm not going to go into all of that. I mean, I feel good. I like what I did here, and I'm proud to see what I got coming next,
Hey, he should feel good. He left an amazing legacy. So congratulations to the Dragons on another conference title. Now we move up to Delaware, where the Henlopen South champions playing host against Early College.
Yeah, it's a Seaford Blue Jays. This game was pretty chippy, too. They had a lot of big moments, especially in the first half. Now, let's get to those highlights. You would think Early College wouldn't be able to hang with the Blue Jays, but you would be wrong. But at first, it was Kashmir Wise doing what he does. This time, 3 points with the foul. Nice pump fake, setting up the contact and good concentration. But, he's got to drain a college or NBA three. He does that once a game. He drains the three from way downtown. Seaford was up early, but the Hornets are right there. Elijah Dixon goes coast to coast and gets 3 points the old-fashioned way. The Hornets came to play, including taking a lead in the first quarter. Brandon, watch this. Jashir Dean with the poster on his head. Slams it right over Wise, plus the foul. The dunk was crazy. But, Brandon, it seemed to actually do more for the Blue Jays than the Hornets. You would think DSU would come out on fire after that dunk, but no, the Blue Jays really turned the game around after that dunk.
Yeah, it was a turning point in this game. The Blue Jays pushing a 1-point lead to double digits in the second half. Vince Evans turning it up in the second half, draining multiple three-pointers in the third and fourth quarters. The Blue Jays win their second in a row. They jump to 17-2 on the season, so a nice win for Seaford tonight on their home floor. Now I want to take some time to talk about the Laurel Bulldogs tonight. This footage from their 11-point victory at Sussex Tech on Tuesday. Laurel has grown up in front of our eyes so much this season. They lost most of that starting lineup from last year, yet they are now riding a 6-game winning streak. And that 6-game winning streak includes an overtime win over Lake Forest on the road last night. And listen to this, a freshman, Zabrian Ely, scoring 10 points in overtime to lead the Young Dogs to victory last night.
They're a very young team, and when you have a young team like that, at the beginning of the season, it's going to be tough. But with good coaching and good practice and good effort and hard work, they're going to really develop, and that's what's happened for the Bulldogs this year.
That's right. They have two big-time juniors, Keyshawn Copes and Brock Hill, who have become true leaders for this team. That now sits at 11-8, and we'll see if they make it into the playoffs, how much noise they can make.
Yeah, the Bulldogs definitely look like a completely different team now than they did a couple months ago. They look like one of the lesser teams in the Henlopen South at the beginning of the season. But as time went on, their young players started to get more feel for the game, and they've really increased their production as time continues to go.
All right, so let's check out some final scores from around the Henlopen this week. Dover over Milford by 32, but Dover with an incredible week because they also beat the defending champs, Salesiana, by 20 points on Tuesday. They now take that with a grain of salt, though, because the champs had a few starters out. So, but I will say, Dover in the championship conversation. They're 16-2.
Yep.
Smyrna 41-38 over Sussex Tech. What's happened to Smyrna? They lost 6 in a row. This one breaks that losing skid. And then Sussex Central over Milford 62-58. And since the Governor's Challenge, Golden Knights are 10-2.
Yep, and then Early College earlier in the week destroyed Woodbridge 76-39. Early College with their first winning season since 2018.
Congratulations to the Hornets.
They played Seaford very tough today as well. So a lot of great stuff in the first state, but the Bayside officially wrapping up their regular season this week as well.
Yeah, so that means playoffs and conference championship coming up next week.
Yep.
So exciting. Let's start up north with the Cambridge South Dorchester Vikings clinching their spot in the Bayside Championship game. Anthony Hughes at the top of the key here, driving in, puts up a tough bucket, gets it to drop, but Cambridge has proven to be the team to beat in the North all season long. Their only loss was to Queen Anne's by a single point. So they are a team to look out for, not just from the Bayside, but in terms of the entire state of Maryland come that 1A tournament.
Now, Easton is not a team that we want to not gloss over either, because they had a pretty good season. Losing LaShawn Moody was a big loss for them, obviously, to Cambridge, but Marshall Bailey, he definitely was a big player for the Warriors this year. You see that highlight right there, though. Kobe Ennels going to pick the pocket of the Warriors right there and slams it in the open dunk, and that was really a great dunk for him. Usually he's a shooter, but he can get up too. Easton gets a win. Loses, CSD closes them out 79-60. So that was definitely a good win for CSD, and I think Easton's pretty good, but CSD is just on another level. Now we got to go from the Bayside North to the Bayside South. Decatur with that lone loss to Snow Hill earlier in the year. They've won every other game that they've been in, including some game winners, especially over Dover at the Governor's Challenge, and they clinched the Bayside South title. So the one team that they haven't faced that's been another contender on Delmarva is Cambridge. That's who they're finally facing for the Bayside Championship. That's next Tuesday at 7:30. That's going to be a great game. If Snow Hill was able to give Decatur some trouble, I think Cambridge is going to have the ability to do it as well. But Decatur, I think, would be favorites in this game because they usually play with more consistency compared to Cambridge. Cambridge likes to play with their food a little bit.
So, Cambridge, South, Dorchester, and Decatur, that is going to be a fantastic matchup. Who do you think wins, Decatur or Cambridge, South, Dorchester? We've got a poll up right now. Let us know on our social media pages at 47ABC Sports. That'll do it for the A block. We're calling our first timeout. When we come back, though, Seaford girls riding a 6-game winning streak, getting hot at the right time. Highlights coming up next on the Delmarva Sports Insider.
I'm Anthony Hughes from Cambridge, South Dorchester, and you're watching Delmarva Sports Insider.